On the road, we're back again for another season. It's the road trip. It is match day and we are taking the trip down to the Amex Stadium to take on Brighton today. I've been here about an hour and Terry has not turned up yet. Of course he's here. Terry Newsham, how are you, my friend?
Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Yes, people.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate, yeah, excited for the first road trip of the year.
Exactly, new microphones, new tripod. Dad's not got to hold the camera. This is revolutionary right here on West Ham Unofficial.
Well, we're making Dad redundant, aren't we, really?
We are. Brighton today.
I think the last time we did a video here, I sat down there and shook my head and that was my expression. I forget what match it was, but it was going to be...
It's Forest, wasn't it? No.
I think it might have been Leicester. I think it was Leicester away, wasn't it?
That fantastic day.
Who cares?
What a day.
Who cares?
Sorry, we're just children. Oh dear.
Been thinking about this, waiting for you guys to come up. Records are there to be broken.
Yeah. 2023, we have won a trophy this year, and do you think it's finally the year we beat Brighton?
It could be. I don't want to commit. I think I said at Leicester, or I think maybe even Forest at home, we're never going to sit here and say, well, yeah, I think we're going to lose today.
Exactly.
But the likelihood is we're probably going to lose today. The stats would suggest we're probably going to lose today.
Yeah.
But, as we say, records are there to be broken. Can you ever see anyone in my lifetime beating Usain Bolt's 100-metre record? No, not a chance in the world. But I'll tell you now, one day, when I might be a short-term fertiliser shot in this great planet of ours by the time it happens, but at some point his record will be broken. So why not today? A few comments on the prediction show last night where we say, mine was one of them, saying let's take a draw and scurry back up the road and be happy with it. Before the season started, we all had a good chat about where we're going to be. I looked at the first three, and we're Luton next, aren't we?
Yeah.
But
difficult. It's good. Well, mind you, poor against Chelsea last night, first home game of the season.
I looked at the first three matches and thought 3 points.
Yeah.
Beat Bournemouth, lose to Chelsea, lose to Brighton.
Yeah.
Well, look, we got 4 points
already.
So,
yeah. If we can get a point out today, I think pretty much every single West Ham fan would just snap your hand off for 5 points in these first 3 games.
I heard your comments to Gary, and I know Gary was with you last time round at Brighton. In your short time on this planet, it was the worst performance you've ever seen. I think I got a hooky stream from Lithuania or something to watch 20 minutes of that, and I think I switched off and watched A Place in the Sun instead.
I think it's of course we've sort of said it's the Brighton curse and all the rest of it, and we said this for a long time, but at some point this has got to end. It's getting a bit silly, and I think with the signings we've made, the fan base always seems to have a little bit more excitement when we make signings. We've made a few in the last couple of weeks. There seems to be a bit more excitement around the place, and I've seen a lot more people than I did last year say, you know what, I think we're going to turn up and beat Brighton tomorrow, today, whatever. And I think we've got a chance. They're a very good side. They've won 4-1 in both of their opening games this season. They've played some poor opponents, but they've won both games 4-1. They're a good side. They've lost Caicedo, who looks very, very poor at Chelsea at the moment. But,
they want a refund.
Yeah, they do.
About 100 million,
exactly,
I think.
Yeah, not much.
I think Moyes' ball didn't work against Bournemouth because when we were 1 up, we should have pushed on.
Should have pushed on
and
and
the
got that
substitutions
second.
again. It's frustrating, the substitutions.
Just 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
We seem to know what substitutions to make. It's almost like let's just go hell for leather. The Chelsea match was strange.
It was a
strange game.
76,
24% possession, and again, if they score that penalty, what happens
on another day
then?
we lose 3-1.
Yeah, indeed. But nonetheless, we didn't.
Exactly.
And
we've got to take that bit of luck with us, haven't we?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And we all watched the channels after the match and all watched the reviews and that sort of thing, and everyone was upbeat. But the reality is still there. But then again, Moyes' ball worked last week, and it could work again this week.
It worked to perfection for what Moyes wanted last week. Because we scored early, we then, we conceded. We got a goal on the counter-attack, and then we finished things off with a penalty in the last minute. Moyes was absolutely loving life. And we've got to take that confidence into it. James Ward-Prowse was very good last week. Alvarez hopefully can get in some more minutes as well. Of course, Gerd is the only absentee that we know about from last week. Would you expect Bonner or Kehrer to come in today?
I'd like to see Kehrer. I liked him. I like the way he finished last season.
He did play well,
and he looked very committed. And all the info says he was very vocal in the trophy display around East London. So therefore, that just makes me think he's part of the team. He's loving life at West Ham. So I'd like to see him in. Obviously, the news last night and reading it on the channels this morning that Kudus the deal is done. I mean, he's supposedly coming over for his medical today, so we're not going to see him, obviously. But Pavloramanos is injured. Saw somewhere that Alvarez wouldn't be taking part today. I saw that as well. You know,
so maybe he can potentially come off the bench. I'm not sure, but I mean, Thomas Souček was very good last week against Chelsea. I thought
Souček, a couple of seasons back when we were at Liverpool away and Rice was sick, Souček stepped up and he's come out of the shadow of number 41. I think
he has.
He's been awesome. You know, he was great 2 years ago, scoring for fun and you know, just an all-round.
He seems to have that licence back there, with a midfield that looks more functioning. And I think West Ham Fan TV did it last night, and they actually asked the question on their show: are we more balanced? Do we look like a better side without Declan Rice? And this midfield at the moment, I'm going to say we do look more balanced.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Because the players know their roles there, and we can see that already. And yes, there is still, and Jackson did it for Chelsea last week, there was a through ball straight through the middle of the midfield and the defence. There's still holes in that midfield. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I've already seen in the start of this season so far that midfield, it looks like it knows what it's doing more than it did last year. People know their roles, I think in this team.
The default setting over the last few years has been Declan will do it.
Yeah.
Declan will do it.
Yeah.
Pass it to Declan. Declan will do it. Just as the midfield role.
Yeah.
And he was excellent at that, and he excelled at that.
He did two people's roles in one.
Yeah, definitely. But now it's given licence to Souček and the rest of the central midfield to play their own game, you know, and not be maybe slightly suppressed and maybe even oppressed by the presence of, you know, the ex-number 41.
Exactly. We've got, you know, they've got some dangerous players. Brighton. Mitoma gave us nightmares down there last year.
Well, like Gary said, he's got a you know, a dribbling degree, for Christ's sake, you know.
Yeah. He's a very, very good player. That's
better than a degree in concrete technology, isn't it? Possibly. Well, I don't know. In my opinion, maybe not. But you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, overall, your final thoughts before we get a prediction?
Let's not be too negative.
Yeah.
Moyes has said we're going to be positive. He's got the smirk back on his face. Let's see what can happen. It's a free hit again, isn't it? You know, it's a free hit.
Oh, you know, and let's hope these players can really go out there, give it their all, and let's dive into some tackles like some gammon steaks, shall we?
Yeah, lump it up the park like a big lump of gammon.
Exactly. Prediction.
1-1.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair. If we win today, it's going to be revolutionary. I did some stats. You'll see the vlog tomorrow or potentially tonight. I did a bit of luck. I had some free time on Wednesday. 4,151 days since the last time we beat Brighton. 4-0 April 2012. Let's hope we can beat that.
How old were you then?
5. My prediction, I've said 2-1 West Ham. I've got a bit of confidence today. That will quickly evaporate 10 minutes in when we're 2-0 down. But until then, we'll have some more content coming your way. But a new professional road trip today. Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, I have. Well done. Good. Thank you.
From me and Terry, come on you Irons. Let's get to Brighton and let's hopefully see the Irons win. Oh, Irons. See you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.